Hello friends! So today we're going to be looking at how we're going to get to use Blackboard Collaborate to do our at-home learning with teachers and your fellow classmates. So the first question you might have is, what exactly is Blackboard Collaborate? You might hear it called Blackboard Collaborate or maybe even Blackboard Ultra. Just know that they're the exact same thing, just different names for it. So this is a really cool collaboration tool that's going to allow you as students as well as us as teachers to communicate in real time. We'll be able to use tools that are going to let us as teachers share our screen with you. We can show presentations, we can chat with students, we can even break you all up into small different discussion groups and learn and collaborate with each other. And it really just allows us to all be present and active even though we're all at home. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the different steps that you'll need to take in order to be prepared for our first Blackboard collaboration session. If I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video and start it once you've finished each of the steps. I also want to assure you that we'll go over these steps and tools together as well. Remember, we are all learning together and trying to remain flexible while we get adjusted to our new digital learning environment. Your first step is going to be accessing Blackboard Collaborate. There are a couple of ways to do that. One is using the link that was shared with your parents by email, and the other is through the posted link in Google Classroom. You want to make sure that you are using Google Chrome when logging on and not using Internet Explorer and not Safari. It's also best to make sure that your browser is fully updated so it works properly. Here I am in my Chrome, and what I've done is the links that I've received for Blackboard sessions, I've bookmarked them onto my actual browser. This way I don't have to constantly go back to Google Classroom or to my emails to find them. And you can always name them so that way you make sure that you know which one you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and log in to one of those Blackboard sessions. What I've done here is bookmarked my Blackboard Collaborate sessions onto my toolbar in Chrome. That way I can make sure that I have them directly when I need them, and I don't have to go and search through emails or into Google Classroom to find them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my Collaborate session. Here I've got an error message. Now I don't want you guys to freak out about it. It's not a big deal. All you have to do is click your refresh button for your browser and it'll reload. So you can do that either by clicking it directly in the browser or clicking your F5 button. So here I'm going to go ahead and reload and then get myself into the Blackboard Collaborate session. Great, now we're in our Blackboard Collaborate session. Once you're here, this is the main page where you're going to first join the session. When you're joining a session, you're joining it as a student, and you need to make sure that we can know who you are. So to do that, you're going to put your name in here. Here's my name. What's really cool about Blackboard Collaborate is once you've put your name in once, it usually remembers your name for the next time you go into the session, so you don't have to retype it every time. So you want to make sure that you use your first name, and if you want, you can put the first initial of your last name as well if there are multiple people with the same name. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and join this session. Here you are in the session. You want to be at the session either right on time or maybe a minute or two early, just in case there are any technical difficulties that you need to get fixed before you get started. So your first two things that you want to do is you want to make sure that your audio and your video are working in order to help you be successful in these sessions. To make sure that your audio and video are working properly, you're going to go to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen where you see that purple arrow. Clicking on that purple arrow will open your Collaborate panel. In here, you're going to go to the cogs that show my setting, which is going to be right next to that purple X button. To test to see if your microphone and your camera are both working, click on the Set Up Your Camera and Microphone. Once you do that, you're going to see a purple bar that's going to be testing your microphone. It's automatically going to detect the microphone on your computer, and you just want to make sure that it's going all the way to that section where it says "You sound great." Now that it's working, click the yes, it's working, and next it's going to show you the video test. So as you can see, hello friends, it's going to use your camera to just make sure that the camera is working, and if you are going to be using video, we can actually see you in that video. Now that we know it's working, click that yes, it's working button, and at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a small icon letting you know that your audio and your video settings are both working. And then you can just click and close that tab. You don't need to check your settings every single time, but it is good to do that at least that first session to make sure everything is working. If you do end up using a different computer or maybe a different set of headphones, you do want to test for your camera and microphone to be working just to make sure all of your technology is set to go for you to be successful. So once you've checked your audio, everything is great, you can close that collaborating panel and then you go back to your regular screen. Now, as you can see at the bottom, there are 4 different buttons here. The first button is your status and your setting. The green check means that my connection is great and I don't have any problems. The second button is your audio. So this is a microphone, and right now it is black and it's got a mark through it. This is telling me that my audio is off and people wouldn't be able to hear me in a session. So if I wanted to unmute it, all I have to do is press it, and then there you go, you can see that it's green and working. And then if you're going to mute yourself, you would just click that back again. The icon to the right of the share audio button is your share video button. This is to have your camera project your image into our session. This is great when you are talking in the middle of a session, whether it's to answer a question in whole group or if you are participating in small group. To share your video, click the button. A preview is going to show up, and if everything looks great, you're just going to click that share video button. Your image won't show on the whole screen, rather it's going to be in the corner. So as you can see on the bottom left hand corner, you can see my image letting me know that my video is being shared. If you want to remove the share feature, all you have to do is click that button again and it'll stop your video. Now, some people are a bit camera shy and prefer not to have themselves shown on camera, especially when they're talking, and it just make them uncomfortable. So there's an option where you could put a profile picture similar to what you might have in Google Classroom as a picture, an image that we could see on screen even though your video is not on. To get a picture into your profile over here in Blackboard Collaborate, all you've got to do is click at the bottom right hand corner the purple Collaborate panel, and then you go back to your settings, which is this cog, and go to the top where it has your name and the little profile icon. You're going to click that icon, and you've got 2 options here for your profile picture. You can capture a picture using the camera on your computer, or you can upload an image or another picture from your computer. So if I click this, I'm going to go into my photos and scroll down to an image that I might want to use. And here is my image. I'm going to click open. And I'm just going to center it a little bit and click I like it. And there's now my image that would show to the rest of the class if my camera is off. Blackboard Collaborate has a few different tools that allow you to communicate with your teacher non-verbally when your microphone is off during a lesson. The first one is the raise hand icon. This allows the teacher to see that you have a question or comment. To click it, all you have to do is go to the bottom center of that toolbar on your screen and click the little person where it says raise hand. Clicking it will make it purple, and that will allow your teacher to see that you have a question. To lower the hand, all you have to do is select it again. The other features that are available are related to reactions for feedback to your teacher. Those are on the other side, on the left-hand side of the toolbar, and you're going to click the little arrow button to pop them up. You can see over here that there are a few different emoticons to allow the teacher to see if you are understanding the material or if you are confused. There are also agree and disagree buttons as well. Another great tool is the away button. This is going to be great to let your teacher know that you had to step away, whether it's because you needed to use the restroom or if, let's say, your parents need to use your computer really quickly. You click that, steps you away, it mutes everything and turns off your camera. When you're back in your session, you just click I'm back, and you're back with us in the class. The last feature is the leave session. This is exactly what it says. You would click this button if you are leaving a session at the end of the time with your teacher. Now that we have looked at how to access Blackboard Collaborate, it's time for us to review some of the expectations and norms to help everyone be successful in our new digital learning environment. The first thing that we want to remember is to be on time. That means that you have any material necessary and you are prepared for your session and have also checked to make sure all of your technology is ready to go. The second thing you want to do is check your surroundings. Is there any background noise behind you that might distract yourself or your classmates in the session? Can you see the teacher? Can you see the screen? Making sure that everything is ready. You also want to make sure that when you are in the session, you are ready to participate. That means you are focused, you are paying attention, you're also being an active participant, and that means you are actively listening to what is happening in the session online. Next, you want to make sure that your microphone is muted when you are in a whole group session. That means that your microphone is off when you're joining the class and it's only being turned on when you are talking, and that's when the teacher is directing you to turn on your mic. Last thing to help you be successful, you can always have some headphones if you have them. That way you're able to really listen to what is happening and it'll help you not be as distracted to your surroundings. Thank you so much for checking out this video to make sure that your Collaborate Ultra works on your computer. Remember that not all computers and devices have the same functioning cameras and microphones, so that means you want to make sure to go through the same procedure again if you're switching computers or switching devices. Lastly, if you ever have any questions about accessing Collaborate Ultra, you want to always remember that you can email your teacher at any time and they'll be happy to help you. Thanks so much for watching.